So what is aquaphilia?
For some people, it is just like being wet, feeling the water. For others, it's a breath play thing. For me, I've always loved the water. I love diving. I love being in the ocean. I love anything to do with the water.
I get the idea of it. I guess the thing that I don't quite understand is like, but what about the water is sexual?
I don't think it's water itself that's sexual. I think it's the effect it has on the body, specifically with breath holding. I mean, and like just tactile, like the feel, like you feel weightless and luxurious and sensual underwater. I mean, like taking a warm bath can be a sensual experience. Going for skinny dipping can be a sensual, like sensory experience. Um, but I think it's ties in mostly to the lack of oxygen and the breath holding aspect.
So when I watch more mainstream stuff, right? Like there's certain things that I am looking for. Like I'm looking for that in the things that I watch. Are there things that people in this genre that they're looking for that?
Yeah. So sometimes I will just get requests for breath hold videos. Specifically the underwater ones. Sometimes they just want to see me hold my breath. Like they don't want any kind of like danger element or anything traditionally sexual happening. Sometimes they just want to watch me sit there about framed up, about like this, just holding my breath underwater. Um, And with those ones, I also like to see the contractions. So when you're holding your breath for an extended period of time, once you get past the initial urge to breathe, so like the average person holds their breath for maybe 30 seconds, 30 to 50 seconds, they'll get the urge to breathe and they'll breathe. If you push past that point, your diaphragm starts to involuntarily contract, trying to force your body to breathe. And you can actually see that like on your stomach. And so some of those videos where just a breath holding video, they want to see the contractions happening. There's other people that specifically like the peril and the danger, the struggling and the screaming and the panic, like the panic underwater. And I some of those I think a lot of those like stem from like movies that they saw or I know a couple who've had like real life near drowning experiences and they don't even like being in the water, but watching it is exciting, or it could even be a form of therapy, like exposure therapy, maybe. Um,
Does the type of water matter? Are people more interested in like a pool versus a stream or a lake versus a brook, a river? I could go on with all the various bodies of water if you want me to.
I think probably um, realistically, like logistically, it's hard to get anything in a natural body of water.
They want it, but this logistically, you can't really do it.
Yeah. So I had like for example, one of my favorite custom videos I did actually, it was the scene was I was a free diver diving for treasure in like a lagoon or something or the ocean, um, and just like logistically with all the props I would need and trying to team up with someone to film me and someone to be safety, just doing it in a pool made more sense.
Have you ever had somebody that the body of water really mattered to them? Like, no, no, that's an inland sea, and I was looking for a fjord or whatever. Like, I don't, that's
Yeah, I had one request where that was the main point of the video was being in the open ocean with a current that would carry away my clothes.
how popular would you say this is?
It's definitely one of the smaller, like lesser known fetishes. Um, I would say it's probably getting a little bit more popular, but it's definitely a small niche.
What is mask off, mask on?
So, like a popular drill in diving, free diving, or scuba diving is filling and purging your mask. So, if your mask fills with water, you don't panic. You know how to like purge it. So, I've done videos where I do that. Like I'm wearing my mask and I let water in, let it fill with water, and then I put it back on, and then I blow air out of my nose till the water goes out. People like that. And also, yeah, starting with the mask on, so you have that like comfortability and safety of the mask, and then taking it off underwater. I've done that. Some people just specifically like the look of a dive mask, and they want the mask on the whole time, and while other people like the look of no dive mask, and they know the feeling, the sensations of being underwater without a mask, and like how uncomfortable that can be. So they prefer that.